You don't want to fall. Back falls first. 1, 2, chin's tucked. Chin's tucked. Everyone knows that. Chin's tucked. If you can stand up without using your hands, go ahead and jump into them. Style, I'm going to curl my left foot and sit on it as I fall over and I slap with my left hand. And to switch, I stand up and go like this. You can jump to switch. Getting shot. And as you squat, instead of falling like this, I sit down. I don't fall back. I sit down. My butt goes to that pink line is. My butt should hit that pink line. When people fall, I work in a church. A lot of older people. I've seen people fall. I've seen people fall when I've been waiting tables. And my first thought was no big deal because they just kind of slipped. And then I realized in that split second they didn't know how to fall because I saw them stick their arm out. Every time they do it, I turn away. Nobody's broken an arm in front of me, but they've hurt themselves. If you fall like a 2x4, you'll get injured. If you fall like a piece of string, for people who don't do martial arts, I only teach one fall. Butt by your heels. If I fall backwards, butt by my heels. If I fall sideways, butt by my heels. Every fall is a back fall. If I fall forward, butt by my heels. That's what I teach to people who don't do martial arts. It's the only fall I teach.
Takes all the leverage out.
But so anyway, don't fall back, fall down. Let's do side falls. Do you know these? 1, 2, know these? Yes. Go ahead. Do a couple. And you don't have to lift off the ground, but you can kick your feet to the ceiling a little bit. Do that kind of dipping action. And then stand up. The lower you are to the ground, the softer the fall. So if you already know what you're doing, you can go ahead and do them. When I swing my right leg in front, I actually roll up my leg and I slap. The slapping disperses the impact. The lower I am, the easier the fall. My hand is right above my foot. The lower I squat, left hand and foot, I roll up my leg. Good shot. Lower you squat, the lower you squat first, the easier the fall. Squat way down here. And now, yeah. And you feel you kind of slide down that, but right now, actually slap. And impact. And as you get thrown safely, the slap will disperse the impact and never get hurt. Walking side falls. And my rule is don't do anything, if we do something like rolling, and you're like, no, that's too much, don't do it, do the fall before you're comfortable. Walking side falls, just walk forward. You can roll out of them if you want. Try a couple. And you feel yourself fall a little, so your butt going down. Do it again, let your butt go down. Yeah, you your butt went out that way, and you impact it. I don't impact, I sit. Yeah. When you slip on, you'll probably never get attacked, but when you slip on the ice, it'll save you in your arm. And forward break falls. Just a couple. Very common to reach your hands out and break your arms. I slap and I turn my head. I actually took somewhere where they told you not to turn your head. And all I saw was people breaking their noses if somebody fell on them by accident. Turn your head. So if you do it, then I just do this. I breathe in, out. And look the other way. I just fall forward. And I slap and I let the slap take the impact up. We don't have to do these. I have a huge break fall program. I have like cartwheels and roundoffs. I have enormous stuff in all kinds of rolls. But you can do your break falls standing, where you go like this. You can do them jumping, where you jump in the air. You can make these very athletic. And now the rolling ones. The easiest way to roll, there's many correct ways to roll. When people get hurt, it's often because they start from kneeling and their shoulder crashes into the ground instead of rolling. So I take the impact out and have people kneel and stick their hand between their legs. And now there's no impact. So I don't get hurt. I take my left hand and I scoop it and I roll for the other shoulder. Give it a shot. Don't care if you flop. Have fun. This is fun. Pretty close, pretty close. Give it a shot. Try a couple. Yes, not bad, not bad. All the way through. Yeah. See, you can't hurt your shoulder. If you are comfortable with that, you can do these from kneeling, and then you reach forward and do the other knee. And you can do them standing.
You hear how quiet that hole is?
So if you want to do a few more, do 4 more, you choose if you do them kneeling, squatting, or standing, how comfortable you are. Beautiful. Now you can do them diving. The thing that kids love is to stack up the mats and leap over them. I turned 52 in a couple of weeks, and I actually still enjoy doing that too. This is stuff that is getting harder for me to do in my age. I used to be able to do this without rolling. Now I have to kind of roll a little bit. Like that. If you can do it without rolling, they're awesome. Twist down into, I guess, Native American. I just leave my feet here, and all I do is twist. And I leave them exactly like that. I try to unwrap. Give it a shot.
So,
How loud is it go?
this way?
Which, and then just the other way. You can only unwrap, and yeah, all the way down.
So how I got down
These are a little less martially. This is kind of a backwards roll, but I go to my stomach. And I go over the other shoulder. Okay. Because we didn't do it, there's also a front fall where sometimes you get slammed. You can't impact like this, so you have to do what looks like breakdancing where you go and your sternum has to touch and you roll up. It's kind of awkward. And I probably think it's impossible to do if somebody slams you quickly on concrete. But it's a legitimate break fall. So we're just doing that backwards because it's softer. So I'm doing that one and my sternum touches. Everybody try it?
Yeah, I did.
There's no shame. I look at this stuff as fun. How old are you? Okay. I turned 52. After 50, the clock is just ticking. This is the funnest part of my life. So if you hate this, leave. This should be fun for you. I don't care if you flop. How many of your friends do stuff like this? Even if they play other sports, they do movements. They do movements everybody can do.
Look at that noise.
I used to have fun with this.
And then, just for giggles, I put a cartwheel video together, right leg forward. I did a cartwheel video yesterday. That's a fist because you're punching at me. That's in your belt. Cha. Thanks. That's our break ball program. Let's do some throws.